welcome back to another episode and season review of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law with the Councilmen. Yeah, it's just the two of us. It's just Albert and Kelvin. Yeah, Arik hasn't watched the final episode yet, I think, and Tagu, I don't know about him.
Probably the
But just
same.
so probably the same, yeah. But yeah, it'll just be the two of us. We'll first talk about the well, the final episode, and then we are going to recap the whole season, I suppose. Right? Is that correct, Albert?
Yeah, I think that's a plan. We'll do that. We'll talk about our thoughts on the final episode and how it affected the overall season and our final conclusion for this She-Hulk Attorney at Law weekly reviews kind of thing.
All right. So, before we get started, you want to plug first, Albert?
Sure. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe on the video if you're watching on the YouTube, and follow us on social media at Councilmen Show. Um, and that's Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. You can find us there. And you can also listen to this on the audio podcast feed, The Councilman, wherever you listen to podcasts. And yeah, otherwise, it's on the video. It's available on the Jump Movies YouTube channel. So go check all of those out.
All right. So let's start off with the final episode. Uh, with the final episode, let's talk about that first. So,
Yeah.
what happened in it, Albert?
Well, it picked off right where we left off from the previous episode, where She-Hulk was captured by the DODC, Department of Damage Control. And basically, we see how her life is after that. Do you want me to just describe like the whole thing? I mean, it starts with the. I
I
love
guess
that.
so.
I love that it starts with the opening. It's an homage to
The,
the
the
Incredible Hulk original series, the
yeah,
TV show.
I really like the opening, like the very old timey one, and they even hire like another actress to play like She-Hulk,
I
like
think
the
I
big
think
one.
that might be the actual stand-in and set who when they do the because they have
Oh,
a stand-in
really?
for She-Hulk. I think that might be
Ah,
her. They just maybe put some extra padding on her. But if not, then yeah, they did hire an extra person. But yeah,
yeah,
it's cool.
yeah. I really like that old timey touch with the opening. That was really fun, I guess. Fun to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the homage to it is great. The fact that they do Savage She-Hulk, which is a storyline in the comics as well, or when like She-Hulk actually went on Rampage. So I like that they do that. Um, but I mean, it starts off right after that. We go to literally She-Hulk in the same place where Emil Blonsky Abomination is in the DODC. She's charged for it, even though she's the one that got like basically blackmailed, but she's the one charged because she's the She-Hulk. Um, and it's super sad and depressing. The first few minutes is really sad because she lost everything. She lost her job, she lost her home, she lost her privacy because everyone is just like, oh, she probably already lost her privacy before, but like everyone just asking her all about it. And yeah, I just thought the opening scene was like really really sad, where it
Yeah.
started before the whole thing goes chaos. But I thought it was like it's super like, damn, this is where we're going.
Yeah, and then like she moved in with her parents as well, and then like it's kind of like yeah, she's just not happy there at all, and then alone and everything. Yeah, it's just very sad. That
Yeah.
opening scene.
At the same time, while trying to find who the Hulk King is, well, with the help of Nikki, her friend.
Nikki, yeah.
So
Nikki's
yeah,
great. I like Nikki so much. Yeah.
she's good. I think if we're getting to reviews directly, like one of the stuff that I like overall, including this episode, and actually not like I wish there was more of, because we get
Yeah.
Pug, we get Nikki, we get Mallory. Those characters are great. I like the actors that play them. I like the characters. They're fun.
Agree.
They just don't have a lot to do in terms of being
Yeah,
written of a character development, and they're just there and kind of forgettable,
there.
which I wish we get
Yeah,
more
that's
of.
true. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I really like Puck and Nikki, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah.
they don't get to show up too much, I suppose. Yeah. The only time Puck like really shows out is, I guess, in the final episode here, and when he's like doing the introducing us to Luke Jacobs.
Luke
Luke,
Jacobson.
is it?
Yeah.
Luke Jacobson. Yeah. Those are the only two times he really appears out throughout the whole season.
Yeah, I'm thinking back comparing this to the other Disney Plus shows. I think in terms of original characters for the show, original
Hmm.
supporting characters, this show might have the weakest group. Cause like I think Miss Marvel have a really good original character set. Hawkeye have good ones. I think Loki has fantastic original characters. Moon Knight's pretty good. But like this one, like people love Wong, people love Bruce, people love Daredevil, but they are not original to the show. They've been there in the past. But like everyone else is like kind of not really there, you know. I don't know if
Yeah,
you agree or not.
like I agree. The guest appearances are what makes like I think I've mentioned many times like in the previous episode review like yeah, like She-Hulk herself, I don't really care about her, and then like the sporting actors, I don't, like the sporting characters, they're good, just good. But what makes She-Hulk shines is the guest characters that I think like Wong was great, Daredevil was great, yeah, um, pretty much that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
uh,
agree.
I guess we're forgetting Madison. Madison
Yeah,
is great.
Madison is good for a one-off like joke thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. I guess
uh,
like if I have to pick one favorite character supporting,
Mine will be Nikki for sure. I really like Nikki. She's fun. She's really fun.
I think mine is Nikki too. Close second probably is Titania. I like Titania, even though
Titania, really.
her
She
arc
has she
does
has
not make sense at all. But I
no.
think Jamila Jamil is great in the role.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Are we going to the season review directly? Or
I don't know. I'm free flow. Whatever we want to do.
yeah, that's true. We'll just talk about it. So
Okay.
yeah, like Titania, I kind of wish we get. I don't know. Do I want to see more of her? Maybe. I kind of want to see more of a flow to her arc, I guess, not just kind of like
Appear
random
here and
stuff
there.
happens,
Yeah,
yeah, here
no.
and there, and then like yeah, because I was actually quite looking forward for what's the actress Jamila,
Jamila
the
Jamil.
actress, yeah, Jamila Jamil to be playing Titania. So yeah, when she just kind of appears here and there, no real reason to be, it's kind I was kind of disappointed by that.
Like it's
Yeah.
even made fun by the fact because yeah, we're jumping in here to the episode and to the finale. When before she breaks the fourth wall, which is great, and I want to talk about it. She was mentioning like Titania, why is she here? Where is she coming from? Doesn't make sense. And
Yep.
like, but and when she talks to Kevin, she mentions like, okay, we don't need Bruce Banner. Abomination goes back to normal. Hulking doesn't have it, but she doesn't address Titania, and Titania is still there. In the end of the episode, Titania is still there, like recording Daredevil. Like there
That's
is
true.
no reason for her to be there at all.
Yep.
So yeah,
No, I did not notice that. I did not notice Jamila. Well, Titania is still there.
yeah, there was
Till
no
the
reason
end,
for her
yeah.
to be there at all. Doesn't make sense. Yeah,
Uh, but yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, let's go back to the episode then. We go. She-Hulk eventually goes to Emil Blonsky's place. She tries to talk to Emil. At the same time, Nikki and Pug infiltrate the
intelligentsia.
intelligentsia conference. Find out Hawking is Todd. By the way, his name is Todd Phelps, not Todd Phillips. I thought it was Todd Phillips, the name of the director, but it's Todd Phelps who plays Hawking. um,
Yeah.
and I thought that whole scene is so funny. Like when the guy's like, "Yeah, why is there Lady Thor?" And it's not just because she's a lady. If he was a guy, I would say the same thing. I don't know why. I just thought it was so funny.
It's still relatable, seeing those comments on like forums and stuff like that. Sometimes you're like, okay.
Yeah, and my favorite thing about that is, and I guess this whole show is, I think their satire and commentary and comedy is really good. But their writing
Mhm.
for everything else is really lacking, including the law and the court stuff, the character development. I think those are lacking, but everything else is really good. And one of the reasons why I say the commentary is good is because all of the commentary that we talk from week to week, that we mentioned, like that is smart, that's smart, that they address that. They wrote this months prior to anything was shot, and yet whatever that came up feels super relevant when it came out today. Like I just
You know
feels
what?
like that's kind of smart that they predict and commentate on everything, including the fact that they make fun of the CGI and like the visual effects artists having to move, even though the news of the visual effects artists getting overworked was like more recent. Like all of that just have been written way in advance, and I don't think they edit or reshoot any of it. It
Do they
doesn't
know
seem
the future?
possible. But yeah, it just seems very smart that they were able to do that, and that Marvel Kevin Feige allows that to be mentioned. So yeah,
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised by that one. Like, especially like yeah, in the final episode when she's like breaking the fourth wall and everything. Then it's like when she met Kevin, and it's like, okay, cut away so that we don't have to animate you transforming.
and even like in the ending, like what's the best way for me? Should I
The most
transform
budget friendly
back?
way.
What budget friendly
Yeah.
way? And I love that when he does that in the opening, the visual effects team have moved to another department. They play the Black Panther music because they're
Oh
doing
yeah,
a
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Panther now. They're like,
Yeah, that's great.
mhm.
Yeah, going back to the writing, you say, yeah, I agree. Like this, like the commentary is great, but the thing is, like, yeah, you say they put it as a comedy, but as far as comedy goes, I don't think it's that funny. It's just kind of
You
like
don't think the jokes? I like most of the jokes. I think most of the jokes do
some
work.
some of the jokes I like it, some, not most, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I agree though. With like everything else that's lacking, like the character development and stuff. Like Jen as a character, she's basically stagnant up until maybe episode 7.
Yes.
Like 1 to 6, she's like just the same character. Hmm?
Well, I wouldn't include. I think episode 1 and 2 you sort of because it's their initial arc, so I include that, and
Oh
then
yeah,
nothing
sure.
happens in between, and sort of 6 and then 7 and 8 is her arc, and I even think her arc was kind of done in the beginning of this last episode.
What do you mean?
Like I think her character development, because her arc is sort of like being to embrace both sides of her
Mm,
character. And then I think in the beginning of this episode, when she realized she cannot be longer She-Hulk and she needs the She-Hulk, that's sort of what her realization of that is when her arc is finished. So the rest of the episode was no longer a character story, and it's more of a story wrapping up of whatever happens in the events of the show.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, uh, I mean, with how off the rails the final episode goes,
Yeah, yeah,
like, yeah, the real development is 7 and 8. 9 is just kind of like like the opening is just kind of like closing that arc, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the court stuff was really weak. Like,
It's weak.
yeah, it's super weak. I think yeah, I don't think the writers know too much about law or court stuff at all.
Yeah, like if they ever do a second season, I wanna see a full season where they focus on one issue, one legal issue throughout the whole season, and
Mm,
just like go to the court multiple times just to deal with it. And there are like obviously side adventures and everything, but like I want to focus on one instead of like wrapping up every court like in just one episode each, like super fast too.
yeah.
Like I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, that'll be cool seeing more of a what's the name? Yeah, the court stuff to be more well made, I guess.
Yeah, like the legal stuff. And
Yeah.
and I guess again, this is a criticism throughout the whole episode, throughout the whole season. I kind of wish instead of a 9 episode 30 minute, 9 episode 30 minute each, I kind of wish they did the other Marvel stuff and do six episode 50 minutes
40
each,
minutes.
and compress episode 3 to 5 and even them to 6, compress it into smaller chunks, into just like less episodes instead of spreading it out. Because I think there's just a fillers and unnecessary. And if you compress that, it would makes it such a more compelling She-Hulk story.
Yeah, like again, like episode 6. Like you don't need a whole episode for that,
Which one is
you
that?
know? The just Jen episode, the wedding episode.
The wedding episode is really weak. I don't like that episode at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, that's like the weakest episode out of the 9. Yeah. Like that episode can be like like smudge, no, not smudge, like put together in with like other bigger episode, I guess, I feel like that will work just fine as well. You don't need like a whole new episode just for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, man,
Yeah, no, I
She-Hulk
agree.
have the anime problem of having fillers.
It really does. It really
Yeah,
does.
That's why nobody likes fillers, man. Stop making them.
I wrote this in my letterbox review. People say the show is like a roller coaster.
Hmm.
I disagree because roller coaster means up down up down. I think it's like a Ferris wheel, but you start in the top. So you start in the top, and then it goes down, and then it goes back up to the top, which is episode 8 with the Daredevil. But then actually the Ferris wheel like slide over to the bit to the side, so you finish right there. That's at the finale. That's my analogy of the Ferris wheel and the She-Hulk rating. Because again, the middle part of the show is like really bad,
Middle part is weak.
and then that
Like,
climax again. So yeah.
yeah. I remember like after watching episode 1 and 2, I was like, oh, okay, this is not as bad as people make it out to be. I mean, like, it's not that good, but it's not that bad either. And
Yeah.
then 3 until 6 happened.
But yeah, I don't actually know. I haven't asked you. Do you actually like this finale or no?
Do I like this finale? Like, I'm just okay with it. I'm
Okay.
really just okay with it. I thought it was creative. I thought it was like fun with the that they took the fourth wall breaking into another level.
So creative.
I thought it was really creative of them to do that, and I'm surprised that they go into that direction. But I'm like, you know what? Well, once she goes into the Disney Plus homepage, I'm like, what? Okay, you
I
know
thought
what? I'm in.
I thought my episode, my Disney Plus broke. I thought it stopped. I was like, oh, okay, let me grab the
Same,
remote. And then
same.
she starts talking. I'm like, hey, don't you do that? I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And then she went to assemble. I freaked out. I was like, what did just happen? I actually rewind. I stood up from my couch. I walked up to my TV and I rewind to see the whole thing. And I was like, what just happened? That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I thought something happened. I thought I pressed back by accident.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
And then meeting like the writers and everything, that was really fun.
Some of the actual writers are there. Jessica Gao, who's the head writer and creator of the show, she's there. So yeah,
Yeah. And then like I want to meet Kevin, and then Kevin turns out to be not Kevin Feige.
yeah, it's an AI
Yeah.
that creates perfectly curated stories
Stories, yeah.
most of the time. But yeah, I mean that whole sequence and leading up to it, like prior to breaking the fourth wall, in that part, the intelligentsia party, when Hawking gets the DNA, I was like, oh, this is going a bit. I don't like where this is going. I don't like this
Yeah.
direction. And then Abomination is there. Titania. When Titania come in, I'm like, are you kidding me?
What?
This
I
is
think.
insane. And then
Yeah, and then
Hawk
like
comes
Hulk
in.
comes in. I'm like, what?
Let go of my cousin. And she,
Yeah.
oh, and it went so chaos in my head. I'm like, this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah, same.
And it doesn't help because the runtime of this finale is the shortest of any of the finale. And I was like, this is not good.
Yeah, right. Like everyone appears, and then like you check the time, like what?
I mean, I didn't even check that. I didn't even check the time. I
I
just know
checked the
that this is
time.
no, this is a problem. This is concerning.
I checked the time when all of them appear. I'm like, oh my god, what are they gonna do now with all of this appearing? And then all that happened.
It
I'm like, all
doesn't make sense.
happened. I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
that's cool.
and I
That's
like
really neat.
the I like that she addressed it. I was like, is this what you want? Is it this is not where the finale is supposed to go? And
Yeah,
if she only addressed it and didn't do anything with it, I would think that that's lazy writing because the writers think that they're smart enough to address that this is bad, but they didn't do anything about it. But the fact that they do something about it, that's when my head turns. I'm like, that's not lazy writing. That's brilliant
that's
writing,
just
in my
that's
opinion.
just smart
I
writing.
know a lot of people disagree. I have friends who hate the show, think it's the worst thing MCU have ever done, and they think the finale is like so bad. I mean agree to disagree with them, but I think that this is like smart with what they do, literally, and the use of the platform. Like without this, and I think this only really works right now too, because if I don't know what will happen if you watch this in a couple of years, because I think the Disney Plus platform will look different if it's even still a
Different, yeah.
thing. You cannot even watch this you cannot watch this on a DVD if they release this on DVD. I don't know if they do, but I think it only really works right now with this platform, which I think is so cool.
And also like because when the she in the episode when she goes to the homepage thing, we are seeing only the series that are released as of
right
now.
now.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. In the future, it won't be like only Miss Marvel, Captain Falcon, Winter Soldier, and stuff. It wouldn't be just that kind of thing.
So yeah, it's a really brilliant use of Disney Plus. Like that is a smart way. Because again, like, and it's like looking ahead. If she ever comes to, she ever appears in a movie, and
She's not gonna do that.
I don't want this. I don't want her to do this in like a middle of an Avengers movie. Like suddenly just stop the camera. Like, hey, I don't want that to happen in an Avengers movie. I think that would be weird.
Oh.
But it wouldn't. You cannot do that in a movie because we know it's fake. How do you fake us out? It couldn't. It couldn't happen. But yeah,
In a
the Disney
movie, all
Plus
they can do
release.
is just address the fourth wall. That's it. I feel like,
Yeah,
or like just look
you,
to the camera and just like do like a little eyebrow raise or something.
yeah. You can do the fake out, but this fake out is just brilliant.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, I agree. Uh, yeah. What else is there? Oh yeah, Daredevil's back in that one. I was kind of surprised by that.
No, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
because she made the joke that the girl who needs her needs, and like, oh yeah, we're kind of light in that department of just having sex in the MCU. But the whole interaction with her and Kevin is so much fun,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's pretty much the highlight of the final episode, I feel like. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The
I think like,
interaction between Kevin and She-Hulk.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so great. Like, and my one favorite scene in that one, and man, I really love Tatiana Maslany. I think she's perfect. I cannot imagine now. I cannot imagine anyone else doing this role, because just her comedic timing and her like seriousness as well as her cheekiness and how she break the fourth wall. Like, I remember at one point they almost cast, when they did the casting call for this show. They say an Alison Brie type, and I cannot see Alison Brie in this role now. I cannot see her anymore. Um,
Nah, 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 no.
but the one scene that I was like, that is so, I don't know why, I just love the scene so much. When she was mentioning like, what's with all the daddy issues, blah 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 blah. We got Loki, we got Thor, same daddy, same issues, Tony Stark. And when are we getting the X-Men? She
Oh
looks at the
yeah, yeah, oh
camera,
yeah, yeah, that
stick her
happened,
tongue out,
yeah.
do the thumbs up. I don't know why that moment, I just like, I love that moment so much. It's one of my favorite outside of Brick Fourth Wall. That, I love that moment so much. I don't know why.
Oh,
It's the
that was a
reaction
fun
and
scene.
the
Yeah.
facial reaction to it is like, oh, so good.
I rewind that scene. I'm like, huh,
It's so
huh, that's
cute.
kind of funny.
It's so
Yeah.
cute. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that sequence is great. And like the fact that she points out the flaws in Marvel movies, I thought that's good. It's like, oh yeah, Marvel always do the same thing. We don't want, you don't want to do that anymore, which is true. In all the Disney Plus series, even the different ones, they do the same thing. Moon Knight, same finale. WandaVision, same finale. And this one they finally comment, like criticized on it, and I guess they
Comment
did
on it.
something
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I guess we should jump to the ending of it. I guess with
yeah.
Hulk appearing in the family dinner. No, not dinner. Picnic. I guess.
Fast and Furious style.
Yeah, Fast and Furious
That
style.
reminds me of
Lunch.
Fast and Furious. Then I
I
don't know
know,
why.
right? I
The
know.
first thing I was like, oh my god, the family is here.
They just haven't talked about family yet.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, in that final part, Hulk appears, you know, and announced that hey, he brought his son,
From Sakaar.
Scar, from
Yeah.
Sakaar. Well, what's his name?
His name is Scar from the planet
Scar, right?
Sakaar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Now,
It's
one
dumb.
thing though, the first thing that I noticed when he appeared, all right, his hairline.
I
What's
know where
up
this
with
is
that?
going. I know. I know, dude. It's an awful design. I don't know why. He
What's
looks
up
like
with
a,
that hair? It's probably one of the worst hair in MCU right now.
yeah, it's an alien style, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, do you have a picture to bring it up, Bert?
I can look it up.
Alright, yeah. But yeah, the hairstyle is so weird. I don't know. From what I saw, it kind of looks like he's like half buzz cut, and then the other half is like not. Like here, Albert found a picture, I think. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Like in the picture, at the front part of the head is like buzz cut, and at the back is just like normal hair, like Hulk's hair kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the hair. I don't know what the back of the hair look like because we only see the front. But yeah, it's a. It looks nothing like the comics. Because the comics, you have like a long hair, like a.
in the
Look,
comics he has luscious long hair.
he has Loki hair. So
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, and then like see this, I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to?
he's
Is he?
he's
Why is
going
he?
he's he's
Why?
he's going through his teenage phase, teenage bad hair phase. He's stuck with this haircut. He got to grow it out now.
Nah,
That's why he looks. That's why he looks so upset. Because of his
see, he
hair.
went to the barber shop and it's just kind of like they screwed up, you know.
He's like he went to a barber shop in Earth. He usually have a barber in space, but he goes to a barber in Earth, and then like they don't understand him.
Yeah.
Or this is actually Stan Lee from Thor Ragnarok and that barber, and he just cuts it like that. Oh, yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah,
an awful hair design.
like the body and everything is all good. It's just the hair, man. What's up with that? I really I really hope they change the hair like in the like whenever he appears again.
Yeah,
Just give him
there
the
will be time jump to her hair. His hair will be different.
yeah, has to be. Maybe he'll have
Yeah.
the long hair at that point. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what do you know about Scar? I don't know too much about him other than
He's
him
he's
being a
the
sub.
he's the son of the Hulk, not Banner Hulk, because it's sort of like two personas right in the comics.
Hmm.
He's the son of the Hulk. I don't remember the mother, but the mother is Sakarian, I believe, or something from Sakar. But Sakar in the comics and in the film is very different anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
he grew up really fast. I think he skipped puberty and becomes an adult. I don't know. I
Oh,
forgot
he's
the re-
already
I
in
forgot the
so he's in his teenage body, but his hair is already middle age. That's what happened.
I don't think that's the case, but yeah. But he grew up really fast. I forgot the reasoning. And when he grew up in the already in Sakar, sort of forced to be a champion, so he's a warrior. He's bred like a warrior. Um, and if I'm not wrong, when he grew up, Banner is already on Earth, I think, because
Yeah, I think in
because
the
the story
comics.
is it's Planet Hulk and then World War Hulk, and this is already World War Hulk when he came to be. I think, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, to my knowledge in the comics, like Hulk never really take care of Scar
Mhm.
at all, right? He just kind of like I don't think does he even know in the comics? No, right?
I think he eventually knows, but
Eventually he knows, but not like initially. I guess. I think didn't Scar attack Hulk first, then
yeah,
he knows,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So you're just kind of skipping that whole. I mean, in the MCU, the whole storyline is very different with Hulk. Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna have.
So yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like in here, like Brenner and Hulk is one and the same too.
That's true.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
We'll see
what
where
do you
that
think
goes.
what do you think this means though? Do you think Hulk is getting a solo movie again with
I don't
Hulk
know. I
and
don't know if they
Scar?
can. I don't know if they can because of the
Why so?
universal rights.
Oh,
Are you
wait.
familiar?
Is
Are you
Hulk?
familiar with the rights? It's the same thing with the Sony deal with Spider-Man. Hulk belonged to
Wait, Hulk is
Universal.
still Universal?
Yeah, so they are allowed
Oh, okay.
allowed to use Hulk in any Marvel media, but they cannot make a Hulk movie. Because if
Yeah,
they
yeah,
make a
yeah,
Hulk
yeah.
movie, it all goes to Universal.
Yeah,
And
okay, okay, yeah.
Universal, unlike Sony, refused to cooperate. So
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Well, I guess we're not gonna see that anytime soon then.
So we won't be able to see a Hulk solo movie, but we can get a Hulk story in other format. And I think, if I'm not wrong, She-Hulk and Hulk is confirmed for Captain America: New World Order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a rumor or if it's confirmed. And Sakaar could be brought in there too.
Which just Scar will be there.
Scar will
I
be
mean, if
there, and we
those
got
two is there. Yeah.
what's his name? Not Tim Roth. Tim Roth's Abomination. The guy who played the leader is gonna be there. Tim Blake
Mm-hmm.
Nelson, who's from the original Incredible Hulk, is gonna be there. Who's a Hulk villain, which in the Incredible Hulk helps Hulk cure himself, try to cure himself, right? So that might
Yeah.
be something to do with that. So we'll see.
Oh, like you mean Scar wanting to what go back to normal or something? What do you
Well,
mean?
I don't think Scar can be normal.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think he's
think
born
Scar
normal.
cannot be. Yeah, he's
I
born a
think
Hulk.
I think there might be something to do with the leader wanting to take advantage of the existence of Scar and the Hulk and trying to separate them again or something. I don't know, something like
Oh,
that.
maybe.
Yeah.
like create another scar kind of thing, maybe by taking his samples. An
Uh,
army of Hulk.
that is a possibility, or even like s- somehow split up. They split the Hulk persona to its own body, and Banner to its own thing, and then like you want
Mm,
to control the Hulk or something. I don't know. We'll have to
yeah.
see. It's
Well, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, New World Order is definitely something to look out for.
Mhm.
It seems like an important movie in the
I
larger
think so.
scope. Yeah.
Possibly, especially with the Hulk and Captain America stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But anyway,
Uh,
we gotta going back to this thing.
to the final episode or the season review.
Yeah, season review. I guess. I mean, the final episode that's done. We find that
Hmm.
Matt Murdock's date. I guess dating. I kind of wish they. I wish they
I
stay
think they
together.
are.
I
I,
wish they
I
stay
think
together long term.
I
They're
feel
so
like
good,
they will be confirmed to be like, I don't know if they will be confirmed, but I feel like they will just be dating kind of thing.
right? Like I think
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
ships them. I don't think anyone doesn't ship them.
yeah. Pretty much. I think so too.
So
So,
hopefully it's long term. We get to see more of those.
oh yeah, there's the mid credit scene, isn't there? With the Wong, like
Yeah, I don't know where I
yeah,
don't know where that's going.
uh prison escaping. What's his
I
name?
mean, they're
What's
they're
his
going to
Mel Blonsky
Kamartaj,
again? Yeah,
uh-huh.
going to Touch. So that's something.
But he cannot turn into Abomination now because he's on parole again. Still.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't know where that's coming. I don't know what the next story for Wong is. They did also. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that they sort of break the fourth wall, but not really in that scene,
what do you
because
mean?
they mentioned you got. I think Blonsky mentioned like you got pulled into another show, and Wong said, "Yeah, this is a golden age of television," and they're not
I
supposed
thought
to
what they
know.
meant. I thought what they meant
Oh, are
by
they
that is
talking
like
about
just
watching TV?
watching TV. Yeah,
Oh, that might be it. Okay, that makes sense now. I thought they were okay. Yeah,
yeah,
I was thinking like he got pulled into a different Marvel show, and I was like, that doesn't make sense in terms of character. They shouldn't
yeah.
be
No,
breaking the
no.
fourth wall. Okay, never
That's
mind.
like
That makes
in
sense
the
now.
medicine episode you were watching Sopranos, kan? Wong, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You're
Uh,
overthinking this, Albert.
never mind. Never mind. I don't, man, Wong is in everything. My first instinct
That's
is like,
true.
oh.
That's true. That's true. But yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll see.
What
Okay, I
else is
guess.
there to talk about?
I mean, I guess overall with the show, what's your thought? If we're done talking about finale, is there any your final thoughts on the show? What you think? How we rank them?
Final thoughts on the show. I'm just gonna go to the ratings directly.
Okay.
In the letterbox, I give this a 2.5 stars.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I give it 2.5. Like, yeah, some episodes are good. I think 1 and 2 are decent. I think 3 until 6 is kind of meh. I suppose no, 3 to 5 is meh. 6 is utter shit. 7 was fun. 8 is great. 8 is the best, I think. 8 is the best episode, and then 9 is weird but okay. So overall a
Fair.
2.5. Yeah, again, like you said, like we said just now, the characters are stagnant up until like the final few episodes. Um, well, the comedy doesn't really work for me. The
Fair.
satire works, I guess, but yeah, and like
Fair.
you said, the legal stuff doesn't help either. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Uh,
a 2.5 for me. How about you?
I'm assuming is this your lowest in the Disney Plus TV show?
Yeah, it's the lowest. It's the
Lower
lowest.
than lower than What If?
Is it low? I don't know. I don't remember what I give what if.
Okay.
I think it's about the same as what if.
Just like right now,
I
do
think
you
it's the
think you
same.
like What If better or She-Hulk better?
I think I like She-Hulk better than what if. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
Um. Yeah. As for me, I think again I stick with my analogy of the Ferris wheel. It's there are stuff that I like. There are stuff that I really dislike. And again, I feel like I have to emphasize this just because if it's taken out of context, people will think, oh my god, he just hates it because it's She-Hulk, blah, blah, blah. It's like the intelligence thing. Like I love the character and I am rooting for the character and I like a lot of stuff that I see. I just again I think the writing for the character is not the best. The writing is very inconsistent. Again, for the character arc and everything, I think they did a good job with some of the sitcom tropes. I think they did a good job with the satire and the commentary. I think they did not a really good job with everything else. Like with the other supporting characters, what like Calvin said, the law and other stuff is very weak. Um, and even like I said, not all of like Calvin said, not all of the comedy hits. Sometimes it, sometimes it doesn't. Not all of the fourth wall break hits. A lot of the, and I think I mentioned this in the other episode. A lot of the stuff that Cat Cairo directed in terms of the fourth wall break really works for me, but the ones that not Cat Cairo doesn't really work for me.
Cat
So
Cairo
yeah.
directed which episodes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Well, at least the Cat Cairo directed like 4 of the good ones. One, two,
Yeah.
8, and 9.
And even I even kind of like 4, even though 4 is like a very unnecessary
Four is
story.
which one again?
The fake magic.
Oh, Donny Blaze.
Yeah. Madison.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the only reason episode 4 is good is because of Madison. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Madison's too
Uh,
good for that.
yeah, like again, like I said, if they did the 5, 6 episode, 50 minutes, literally you can compress so many of them because I feel like the essential episodes is episode 1, episode 2 is essential because the Emil Blonsky thing, and sort
Mm-hmm.
of her first interaction with the court stuff,
Superpower, I guess. Yeah.
and then you jump to episode like you compress the other episodes, and then you do like episode 7, 8, and 9, and
Yeah.
even like you can even compress episode 7 to the other stuff, where she goes to the retreat and everything. You can even compress that. So literally, it could have been so much tighter, so much better. I just feel like this format doesn't. This short form sitcom format doesn't work. Although they did what they did work is using the Disney Plus platform. Because again, that sequence, I want to rewatch this series for the reason of I know I'm in a high because I thought that was brilliant, but knowing and rewatching that again, I don't know how well it is done in the future. Like I don't know how well I would like it as much if just like knowing it, you know.
Well, yeah, I get it. I get it. Usually, rewatch doesn't really works for me though, because I mm, already kind of know stuff what's going to happen, so it doesn't really work for me usually
I
whenever you
think
watch
it's I
stuff.
think I think it depends on the content. Like, cause in my opinion, WandaVision for me, because I did rewatch WandaVision, I think WandaVision gets better on a rewatch, but the surprise factor is gone, right? But I think the
Mm-hmm.
story works better in a rewatch, and that's what I'm questioning in this. Like, is it
Yeah.
gonna story gonna be better in a rewatch? I don't think it will be. I think it's gonna
I
be
don't.
worse,
I don't think so.
because it took away the surprise factor as well. But yeah,
Here,
we'll have
I
to see.
remember in one of the episodes they mentioned it about like the people not liking the show or something. I forgot what episode it was though.
Uh huh.
Do you remember?
They don't like the which one is it?
Like the viewers do not like we are like we don't really like the show kind of thing. I think they mentioned it at some point as like a fourth wall break. I forgot what episode though. I
Um,
vaguely remember it.
yeah, I think I know you're talking about. It's either 5 or 6, I think.
Do you think they purpose what are the chances they purposely make it not the best so that they can make the joke?
Then that would be lazy writing.
If like that's the reason why some of the episodes are like really meh,
Man,
that's like some
yeah,
here's the thing, it is lazy writing, but in doing so it's also kind of big brain just to set up for a joke that doesn't really land.
fair, fair, fair.
Yeah.
Mm.
uh
But yeah.
I don't know what else is there to talk about this. mm,
Um. Again, I think overall, I gave it a 3.5. Another box, I think it rounds up to 3 for us. It's I have it higher than What If, but I think it's the lower of the other Disney Plus shows because again, the lows are quite low, and I don't feel like rewatching. Like again, that wedding episode, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to rewatch that. Even though it's a quick
yeah.
one, but I just have no interest in it. But like some of the stuff that I do want to rewatch, like I think the Ribbit and Ribbit episode is so good. The Daredevil episode is really good. Um, like the final episode is a lot of fun. And the first episode's great too. So yeah, they're like great stuff. But yeah,
If I'm rewatching She-Hulk, I'm only going to be watching 7, 8, 9.
not even episode one with the Hulk.
Well, one is yeah, like I
Captain
said, just pretty
America.
decent, I guess. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would I would like put that in the background just to see it from time to
yeah,
time.
yeah,
But 7, 8, 9, I would watch it.
yeah. But I think something that we can agree though is Tatiana Maslany is perfect for the role, and
Yeah,
she's gonna
that we can
looking
agree on.
forward to see more of it.
I also want to see more Titania if she ever appears again. I like
We'll have to see.
I feel like I highly doubt that she'll appears again.
The only way she appears again if they do another season of the show.
Yeah, right, pretty much. She's not I don't think she's going to appear outside of the show. Maybe as like someone in the background. You can see like, oh, is that Titania?
Because one thing, she's LA based,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a lot of MCU stuff. The only other thing that I could think of that's LA based or will be LA based is potentially if they ever do another Hawkeye thing or a Kate Bishop adventure, because Kate Bishop is known to go to LA.
Oh,
So
okay.
they might do that, but otherwise, I don't see any other reason for her to be there.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, just on top of my head, before we wrap up, unless you have anything else, I have like two random moments from the episode that I just found really funny and really cheeky. One moment is in the intelligentsia when they're talking about why they hate She-Hulk and everything, and she doesn't deserve it. There's one person who's like, "Why is she even called She-Hulk? It's not like we call He-Hulk." I find that so funny because the person who named She-Hulk was also a man, and it was on TV. And Jennifer doesn't even like the name, but like it was a man who coined that term, and then a man who criticism it. I thought that was like kind of funny. I like that jab a little bit. And the other thing is who is that guy? The dumbass dude who dated the Asgardian shapeshifter.
oh yeah, yeah.
The one in the People vs. Emil Blonsky. What's his name?
I forgot his name.
Dennis.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the finale episode, Dennis was like he said he dated
Oh,
She Hulk,
he did. Yeah, he did.
and then
Yeah, he said that.
like mentioning like yeah, she's a psycho, blah blah blah, and I blame it on her grandma, which is so random and doesn't make sense, and we know it's bullshit because it's him. But my favorite part is her reaction to it. She was eating and she just like, huh? I don't know why the way she just said huh, or like was she a what or huh, the way she reacted to it I thought was so funny and so cute, and just they just cut out of it. I'm like, that is such a low-key moment that I'm gonna meme that or whatever. I thought the moment is so good. So yeah.
Alright, makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah.
Alright, I don't have anything else to say on She-Hulk. So,
No, nothing
oh,
else.
nothing else? Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess we can wrap this one up, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, the season review for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Would there be season 2? Did they say anything about it?
Well, they make fun of it with Kevin. Like, you're gonna appear in a movie. Really? Nope.
Yeah,
But
I thought
anyway,
when when they're making a joke
I
about it,
don't-
it's like,
they're gonna make fun of Captain. They're
confirming?
gonna do the Captain America joke.
Yeah.
um.
I don't think there's any mention of it yet, right? Of season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no mention of season 2 yet, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I feel like this is the kind of series that will get a season 2 kind of thing. I mean, yeah, from how the episodes are structured, I guess.
I hope they get a season 2 just to redeem themselves, because I think there's a potential in the show, and they
Hmm.
just didn't. It's sort of like Iron Fist, a lot of potential when they didn't, and they did better in season 2, but still not really that good. So I hope they do this better. So yeah.
Right, yeah. I guess that's about it for this final episode and season review of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. And now let's plug it out, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys can find me, Calvin, on Instagram at KY77 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. And Albert?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at JAWiraDharma, and you can find the YouTube and Letterbox, my YouTube and Letterbox at Jaw Movies. That's also where you find the video version of this review and every other Councilman stuff that's on JAW Movies, one word. Otherwise, you can find us on audio in any podcast platform, wherever you listen to us. It's just The Councilman. everywhere, anywhere, anytime. You can find us there. We have episodes weekly, so go check us out there, and find us on our social at Councilmen Show, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. So that is it.
Yes, and I guess with that, the councilman has spoken, and we'll see you in the next one.
And I'm about to break the fourth wall now. I'm gonna come out of the screen and go. I cannot do that. Oh,
I
how
wish.
weird.
Why don't you say I wish? That makes no sense.